when we archive our data inside of the backup manager, we're not pushing the data off to a secondary location. So it's not, only archived to the cloud or only archived to the vault or archived to secondary or tertiary storage. There's no archive to Azure Glacier or anything of that nature. For us, archive is just an extended retention flag. If you're looking at your product, you may be configured for a default 28-day retention, default retention, or maybe you've got some customization in place, or you're using Essential Integrated, which has some other additional options like 60 or 90-day retention as defaults. Regardless of whatever your default retention model is, it's going to have some type of roll off. So if it's 28-day retention, come day 29, day 1 rolls off. Come day 30, day 2 rolls off. Just the deltas that we no longer need, but we'll keep any deltas that are required to rebuild, day 2, day 3, day 4, as long as it's still in the current retention set. Archiving is something that you're going to configure as a separate schedule, regardless of the integration. And when that schedule is triggered, it means the next backup that runs after that point that meets those criteria. So an archive schedule for a file and folder that's set to run at midnight on the last day of the month could trigger as we flip from the 30th to the 31st at midnight. And then the next file and folder backup job that happens on the 31st, if it's successful, would be flagged as the archive session. It would be retained indefinitely. It's going to be on average, 0.5% to 1% delta change, but it's going to be flagged as an archive session, meaning it does not auto expire or roll off as it reaches a point in time older than the default retention. So if your day 5 in your retention model was an archive point, then come day 35, day 5 no longer rolls off, but it would be retained as an archive point that you could restore from. You'll see it with a little A inside of the console next to its session, or in the local backup client, you'll see a little A next to it from a restore perspective. Now those can be cleaned or expired inside of the UI if you have rights and permissions to do that. I also have various scripts available. So if we come back into here, into retention, you'll see bulk set archive schedule, cleanup archiving as a PowerShell. Those are going to allow you to come through and either set archive rules and schedules in bulk or expire data that's older than X number of months. But it does share the same dedupe pool. It's going to be on the SpeedVault as well as in the cloud, and it is going to be that typical, average 1% or less average daily change rate. Although, very frequent archiving over very long periods of time, you will still consume data. Okay, hopefully that's helpful.